Well, hello there guys, and welcome back to Panzer Corps 2. We've all been having such a good time with this game, but there's one feature that I think is just absolutely incredible that I have to show you, and I'm hoping this will add a lot of replay value to the game. That is the random scenario system. So from here we can pretty much create a totally randomized scenario for us to enjoy. I'm going to make this a coastal assault. The map size is going to be medium, and I'm going to order my men to attack. So for my faction, I actually want to play with the United States of America. Now this is still the early access version, so there's going to be additional options. If I go into advanced options here, I can change a bunch of different things. I can even make an Iron Man mode, and I can add special challenges such as the Race Against Time challenge, and also the David vs. Goliath and Europe on a Shoestring challenge. So for Europe on a Shoestring, you don't get any prestige. For David vs. Goliath, all the enemy units get +5 strength. We're not going to do that. We're going to jump just into a standard battle and hope for the best. So let's go ahead, press play, and we could even... So we are actually going to be facing whoever now. Now it looks like we're actually facing the Italians. So let's proceed forward and let's see if we can't conquer this area quickly, bring some glory to the United States. So I'm going to go ahead, push forward, and I guess this would be pretty close to Operation Husky. We're attacking Italy. I'm going to open fire here. Not bad, although they've got some pretty decent weaponry. Now, what about these Zlyphone? Now, this is interesting. I've never seen this before. It looks almost like an American Katyusha, so let's fire away. Wow, I feel bad for the people in this city there, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Now when we advance with the infantry, we should be able to completely wipe them out. But before I do that, I'm gonna bring another one of these guys down. Fortunately, he's out of range. Let's see if any of these other artillery pieces can get in range. Not this turn. Okay, fair enough. Let's go for the attack. Alright, enemy is moving back. And of course, the goal here is to try and take more territory than the enemy has to secure a victory. I'm going to keep going across the bridge. And over here, we've got another target. So this city right here, I'm going to first of all bombard it. The Calliope will also try and get some artillery fire from back here, and really just trying to make this an easy city to take. Push forward with the 8th T-26 army here. You can see the enemies going out. If we had any air units, I would use them. We can actually purchase air units. We do have a little bit of money to spend. But I want to wait before I do that. I'm going to advance over here, take the city from the Italians, and open fire on that unit. Now, since they're in the swamp, they had little to no chance of withstanding that attack. Also going to take my infantry, and look at that. We've got an enemy tank unit right next to us. Or an enemy armored unit. Beautiful. At this point, I think we can go ahead, snag that from the enemy. Absolutely beautiful, and that will give us prestige to use next turn. Now, as for a purchase, we might simply not have... Yeah, all of our unit points are currently taken up, but eventually we will get some air support if that's what we need. I'm going to continue on forward. I expected the Italians to be defending this area, so let's go ahead, open fire. We've also got the high ground bonus, so I think that's going to help us big time. Not too shabby. We'll make sure we haven't forgotten any units. And actually, the infantry unit can move a little bit more, so I'm pushing them towards this Italian city right here, and hopefully we can grab that on the way. If you look at our map, you can actually already start to see some of the cities turning green, and of course that means that they are under our control, which is absolutely wonderful. I believe we need to go ahead and... No, the truck's not going to work. We're going to have to find a way, embark. We need to get these guys embarked on some sort of ship, or else it's going to be tough to move them out of here. Let's end the turn. Alright, major attacks here by the Italians. They really don't want us advancing. Okay, guys, it looks like our Chafee actually got a heroic defense medal, a Bronze Star. That's what I'm looking for, but major Italian counteroffensive here. All right, my turn. First thing I'm going to do, get this unit, move into that Italian town. We're going to snag it from the enemy. We've encircled them. Before I go for an attack, though, let's make it even worse for them. Let's try to just surround them. I thought for sure we'd be able to get a kill there, but we're going to have to follow up with an additional tank, get that mass attack bonus, and destroy another Italian unit there in the swamps. Another thing I want to do, immediately start engaging these guys, but this Italian unit actually seems quite strong, I have to admit. I'm going to move the Calliope forward. I'm actually tempted to use it against the infantry because we could damage them, where with the unit, all we can really do is suppress them. Nah, I'm more worried about the tank. Look at that, they've left the city, we can take it, and at the same time we can also engage their infantry, although I'd rather another unit actually take most of the beating here. So I'm going to move forward with the 8th T-26. And there we go, they're going to retreat. Well, we can also get an additional attack here against the Italian P-26. Not bad. Could have probably fired with that artillery piece. It can fire quite a distance, but I decided moving it would probably be a better idea. Although what we will do, we'll move this 8-incher, and we're going to open fire here on this tank. Molto bene. Also go ahead, get some additional supporting fire. I'm also worried because this is a tank destroyer. No, sorry, that's actually an artillery piece. It looks so much like a Stug tank destroyer, but it's not. Could have treated that a lot better. I could have moved here first. But what I'll do instead, I'll take the city, and at this point, I need the 3rd U.S. Engineers to hold out for dear life. Don't surrender here. Just keep fighting, boys. For these guys, we absolutely need to get some replacements. We're just going to get them standard replacements. I think that's more than enough. But you can see here, I mean, this is beautiful, the randomized maps. Now, of course, the only downside, I guess, would be the actual names of the cities don't appear. Because, again, this is a randomized map. It's not a real place in the world. But it does lead to some pretty intense and cool battles. I think that's going to be it for now. Let's end the turn and see what the Italians decide to do here. All right, they're returning with the Bersaglieri units. I don't think they're going to wind up so well. And this is a weird situation where we are both encircled, both us and the enemy. Although I think we'll come out on this one on top. As you can see, our infantry did a great job defending this city. Looks like there's also a bunch of Italian forces moving from this port over here. But my main concern right now is getting rid of this Italian artillery piece. Let's see if we can get across. I think we can. Beautiful. And again, this is where an air unit would really, really help. Instead, what I'm going to do is just get my artillery really close to the front, and hopefully next turn they can actually be of use. So yeah, we're not winning any favors here. We would lose men on these attacks. Instead, what I'm going to do is just go ahead and get some elite replacements. It's only 2 additional units here, but they could be the difference between life and death. You can also see the Piats here, or anti-tank weapons. Might just be bazookas. They look like Piats to me, though, that are in these guys' arms. If the enemy attacks, they should be fairly well prepared. We're actually going to cut right in front here. Instead of taking the city, we're going to destroy that unit outright. And I think we can probably still bring a unit over here to snag that city. We can even bring a unit to snag this one and really try to cut the enemy off. For now, though, I'll move here. Nice big area. No prestige, but it's the thought that counts. And look at this. Get a nice flanking attack on the enemy. Not too bad, and hopefully next turn they can actually move forward even more. We're going to push forward with the 8th Tank Army. Again, since they destroyed that other unit, they do have the ability to attack once again. So we're going to fire at the L6. Not bad. Not bad at all. Got the high ground bonus. I wonder if this is going to increase our damage. Let her rip. Still get one shot, why not? Actually, I feel like our artillery has done a lot of work this battle. They've really done quite a good job. I'm going to send some of our tanks this way because we still have some areas to grab. And we'll start moving our infantry as well. Our infantry do have supply trucks, so they should be able to get into these areas very quickly. It's one of the bonuses of outfitting your units with supply trucks. But every day, every turn, it seems we are liberating more of this Italian area, which I just love in our map randomization. There's just so many options here, and of course this is just giving you guys a look at this particular fight, of course. You could play as the Italians, you could play as the British, really anybody you want. You can even have multiple players playing against each other. So you could have a free-for-all with 4 different nations where you have a real world war and nobody is allied. Everybody's out for themselves. I just think the possibilities here are endless and can't be overlooked whatsoever. This is a really cool addition to the game. I'm also thinking that with the modding community being made aware that this game will have modding capabilities, that randomized map system has got to come in very, very helpful. At least I hope so. Let's get one final charger, one final destruction. I'm gonna make sure that we walk into Italy victorious. Alright guys, let's liberate this port. And while we're at it, we can go ahead and finish off that Italian unit. See their actual control points are still pretty close to ours, so the battle is not yet won. But once we take this city, I think we're going to be just fine. There might be some Italian units hiding in here because of this control. What I'm going to do is take my infantry, and I'm just going to move on through. Just pretty much scout through. Nope, still not under our control. Let's get over here. That's more like it. And because of that, the artillery is really going to be stuck here for the most part. I believe that we have one more unit that can attack. Let's let them have it. With the addition of recon, our shots are going to be even more accurate, which I think is a really nice touch. Alright, folks. Well, that's all we're going to do for now. And again, I really just wanted to show you this randomized battle system that I think is really going to breathe new life into the game. Obviously, these are the factions available now. I believe it's 5, but perhaps more are on the way. Maybe France, maybe something like that. We'll have to wait and see. Nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed just this preview at the battle system, the randomized battle system. And if you do, make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe. Join the Maxentian Legion, and let's become one. Catch you on the next one, folks.